What does security look like when you're one of the most powerful people on Earth? For some world leaders, it's armored convoys, facial recognition, and underground bunkers. For others, it's nothing more than a front door key and a trusted neighbor. In this video, we're counting down the 10 most extreme and surprising leader protection setups in the world. From heads of state who walk freely with no guards, to presidents surrounded by missile systems and entire military units on standby. Some live like ordinary citizens, others like targets in a war zone. Welcome back to Zenith. Stay tuned until the end. You won't believe who ranks number 1. And if you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got more high-level insight coming your way. Let's dive in. Level 1. José Mujica, the barefoot president. While most world leaders are surrounded by armored vehicles and bodyguards, José Mujica, former president of Uruguay, chose a different path. He drove an old 1987 Volkswagen Beetle worth just $1,800, lived in a small farmhouse with his wife, and donated nearly 90% of his salary to charity. Instead of luxury, Mujica embraced simplicity, refusing to live in the presidential palace and opting for a modest home with a leaky roof and a garden full of chrysanthemums he sold at local markets. What truly set him apart wasn't just the lifestyle, it was the absence of fear. Mujica walked among his people with no bodyguards, no bulletproof vest, and no motorcade. Despite his past as a guerrilla fighter and years spent in solitary confinement, he insisted that leadership should be built on trust, not paranoia. Critics warned he was putting his life at risk, but his response was clear. I'd rather be killed than live in a golden cage. In an age where leaders hide behind steel, surveillance, and walls of protection, Mujica's approach was radical, a symbol of humility, courage, and selfless power that still resonates worldwide. Level 2. Rodrigo Duterte, the street rider. In a world where leaders hide behind motorcades and bulletproof glass, Rodrigo Duterte took a different route. Literally, the former president of the Philippines often rode through the streets of Manila on a motorcycle, flanked not by elite guards, but by biker friends. No sirens, no convoys, just leather, bravado, and a reputation that did most of the protecting. Nicknamed the Punisher, Duterte ruled with a heavy hand, controversial, unfiltered, and unapologetic. But his personal security setup? Unorthodox. He shunned armored limos for 2 wheels and surrounded himself with loyalists who blurred the line between friends and bodyguards. His presidential salary was modest, about $28,000 a year, but fear was free, and Duterte weaponized it well. His presence alone carried weight. For a country long plagued by crime and dysfunction, his mix of street-level accessibility and iron-fisted leadership felt both chaotic and commanding. Reckless to some, raw leadership to others, Duterte didn't need visible protection. His power rode shotgun. Level 3. Pope Francis. Holiness with guards, Pope Francis walked with humility, but his protection reflected the weight of his position. As the head of the Catholic Church, he was more than a religious leader. He was a global symbol, and the Vatican treated his security with reverence and precision. Standing beside him, the elite Swiss Guard, the oldest active military unit in the world, dressed in ceremonial Renaissance armor, but trained in modern defense tactics. And when Pope Francis moved through crowds, he did so in the Pope-mobile, a $600,000 bulletproof vehicle designed to keep him safe while staying close to the people. He insisted on connection, reaching out, blessing children, embracing the poor. But behind the warmth stood layers of protection, plainclothes officers, Vatican security experts, and global threat surveillance. His international visits were orchestrated with military precision. When he traveled to the US, the Secret Service managed his movements like a presidential visit, blocking off streets, clearing rooftops, scanning every detail. Pope Francis balanced grace and vigilance. He led with compassion, yet the world around him required caution. In life, he proved that even the most peaceful figure must be guarded like a treasure. His presence brought hope. His security ensured it could last. Level 4. Shinszo Abe, the tragic gap. In a country where gun violence is nearly unheard of, the assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinszo Abe in 2022 sent shockwaves through the world. Japan's longest-serving leader was delivering a speech in broad daylight, surrounded by security. Yet within seconds, everything failed. A lone gunman with a homemade weapon fired, twice. The first shot stunned the crowd. The second was fatal. Abe's bodyguards reacted, but too late. The attacker had enough time to approach, aim, fire, and reload. It wasn't just an act of violence. It was a devastating breakdown in protection. The tragedy shattered Japan's reputation for impenetrable public safety. With some of the strictest gun laws on Earth and virtually no history of political assassinations, the country had grown comfortable. That comfort proved fatal. The assailant acted out of personal grievance, not ideology, proving that even in low-threat environments, risk is never zero. Abe's death triggered a nationwide overhaul of VIP security. New protocols, upgraded surveillance, armored deployments, and multi-layered crowd control were implemented almost overnight. Millions are now spent annually to ensure nothing like it happens again. His legacy as a stabilizing force in Asia remains, but his final moment stands as a haunting reminder. No matter how peaceful a society appears, true protection requires relentless vigilance. Level 5. Narendra Modi, Tactical Tech Armor. In a nation of over 1.4 billion people, protecting Prime Minister Narendra Modi is nothing short of a military operation. His security unit, the Elite Special Protection Group, SPG, operates with one principle: zero margin for error. Modi's motorcade features armored BMW 7 Series sedans, reinforced with ballistic steel, run-flat tires, and sealed cabins built to withstand chemical attacks. Each vehicle, over $1.2 million. His detail also carries briefcases that unfold into bulletproof shields, gear you'd expect in a spy thriller. When he speaks in public, airspace is closed, streets are cleared, and sniper teams are positioned with precision. Drone jammers sweep the skies, facial recognition software scans crowds, and thermal sensors monitor for hidden threats, all in real time. Even his podiums are often shielded under bulletproof glass. Why so extreme? Modi has survived multiple assassination attempts and remains a high-priority target for both domestic radicals and foreign threats. The price of this full-spectrum protection? Around $180 million annually. Modi isn't just guarded, he's fortified. His security setup is more than defense. It's a calculated display of state strength in the face of constant risk. In today's world, this level of protection isn't paranoia, it's protocol. Level 6. Emmanuel Macron, the fortified statesman leading France, a nation with a deep history of protest, political unrest, and terror threats, demands more than charisma. It demands armor. Emmanuel Macron's security is among the tightest in Europe, built to withstand the chaos of modern leadership. His convoy includes custom-armored Peugeot 5008s, each costing over $500,000 and resistant to explosions and gunfire. Surrounding him, France's elite GIGN, tactical units trained for high-risk interventions. Every public appearance is mapped, rehearsed, and guarded by snipers, drones, and surveillance experts. Still, perfection is a myth. In 2021, Macron was slapped during a public walkabout, a moment that exposed just how fast threats can cut through even elite protection. Inside the Élysée Palace, security is digital and physical, facial recognition, rooftop snipers, and emergency riot squads on standby, especially during nationwide protests like the backlash to his pension reforms. Macron's hands-on style keeps him close to the people, but also closer to danger. With a reported security budget over $120 million, Macron leads not just with policy, but with calculated caution. In the new Europe, survival is part of the job description. Level 7. Nicolas Maduro, the human shield president. In a nation unraveling at the seams, Nicolas Maduro doesn't just lead, he survives. After the 2018 drone attack during a military parade, where 2 explosive drones nearly ended his presidency on live TV, Venezuela's security doctrine changed overnight. Now Maduro is encased in a mobile fortress. At the first crack of a sound, a wall of armed guards instantly closes in, forming a living, breathing human shield. His security detail doesn't react. They swarm, smother, and neutralize with military precision. His motorcades are full-scale tactical convoys, armored SUVs, motorcycle outriders, and guards with live rounds locked and ready. Each vehicle is bulletproof, bomb-proof, and costs upwards of $300,000. In the air, drones scan the skies. Rooftop snipers stand by. Surveillance balloons monitor every rally. Even access to Maduro is restricted. His inner circle vetted, his movements shadowed by anti-drone jammers and panic bunkers rumored to be worth over $20 million. This isn't just protection, it's psychological warfare. A public display of force in a country where trust is gone and danger is constant. Maduro's message is clear. I'm still here, and I'm untouchable. In Venezuela, survival isn't symbolic, it's tactical. Level 8. Kim Jong Un, the paranoid fortress. In North Korea, security isn't a precaution, it's a doctrine, and at the center of it all stands Kim Jong Un, protected like a nuclear launch code in human form. His bodyguards don't walk, they sprint in sync next to his Mercedes Maybach. It's not theatrics. Each guard is handpicked, combat-trained, and drilled to intercept threats in under a second. The Maybach itself, a $500,000 armored beast smuggled through sanctions, resistant to bullets, gas, even EMP attacks. Surrounding it, decoy convoys, radio jammers, and enough tactical force to resemble a rolling war zone. Every meal he eats is pre-tasted. Every step he takes is rehearsed. His barbers, chefs, and drivers are vetted for loyalty as intensely as generals. And if that loyalty even flickers, people vanish. No trials, no explanations, just silence. His residences are scattered, secret, and fortified with underground tunnels, escape bunkers, and anti-aircraft defenses. No one knows where he sleeps on any given night, and that's the point. Appearances are rare, timed, and choreographed down to the second. You'll never see Kim casually walking in public, because there is no casual in Pyongyang, just control. In a regime built on fear, Kim isn't just protected, he's entombed in strategy. His life is a fortress, his leadership, a survival plan. Level 9. Donald Trump, billionaire under siege. No former president lives under heavier protection or greater scrutiny than Donald Trump. A legacy of controversy, unmatched public presence, and billionaire status makes him a prime target, and the security detail around him reflects that. At any given time, over 300 Secret Service personnel are on duty. Snipers, tactical drivers, cyber surveillance experts, and K9 bomb squads included. His every movement is monitored by drones, satellite feeds, and AI-powered facial recognition. Then there's Mar-a-Lago, his personal fortress in Florida. Officially a luxury resort, in practice it's a full-blown security compound. Armed guards at every entrance, robotic patrol units scanning for intruders, and Coast Guard boats sweeping nearby waters. The surveillance setup, military-grade, thermal cams, aerial sensors, encrypted comms, costing an estimated $40,000 per day just to operate. And wherever he goes, the beast follows. His custom Cadillac limo has the armor of a tank, doors as heavy as jet hatches, sealed to withstand biological or chemical attacks, stocked with blood packs and emergency oxygen. Even on the golf course, he's never alone. Armed agents, medics, and mobile jamming tech trail him discreetly. This isn't paranoia, it's protocol. Trump has faced assassination threats, trespassers at Mar-a-Lago, and ongoing risks tracked by national intelligence. In a world where power draws enemies, Trump's protection isn't optional. It's the armor that follows the man who never leaves the spotlight. Level 10. Xi Jinping, the military state. No leader on earth commands more raw power or more protection than Xi Jinping. His personal security isn't a detail, it's a national infrastructure. With over 2 million troops under his authority, Xi doesn't walk with bodyguards. He moves with an army. Every public appearance is a lockdown operation. Facial recognition tech scans the crowd. Drones patrol the skies. Armed military police form layers of defense with response times under 60 seconds. And behind the scenes, a surveillance state so vast, it can trace a threat before it even materializes. Access to Xi is near mythical. His closest aides are national security cleared, even his translator vetted by intelligence agencies. No one gets close unless they're part of the machine. His aircraft, a modified Air China 747, is a flying command center loaded with encrypted systems, anti-missile defenses, and war-ready communication links. It's not a plane, it's a mobile stronghold. And when Xi steps onto the global stage, it's never subtle. His 70th anniversary military parade cost over $10 billion and included nuclear-capable missiles and stealth bombers. That wasn't celebration, it was strategy. Every move says the same thing. I don't need protection. I am the protection. Rumors of his personal wealth exceed $1 billion, but that's just the surface. His real empire is power, woven into every fiber of China's political, military, and economic systems. While other leaders shield themselves, Xi built the shield and the sword. In today's world, most heads of state rely on security. Xi Jinping is security. From silent bodyguards to billion-dollar security systems, How leaders protect themselves speaks volumes about the world they live in and the threats they face. These measures aren't just practical, they're symbolic. They reflect fear, power, and the complex realities of global leadership today. Some leaders rely on subtlety, others build fortresses around themselves. But one truth remains: no one is ever beyond reach. Which level surprised you most? Do you believe this kind of security brings real safety, or does it signal deeper instability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more in-depth explorations of global power, wealth, and influence, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Because in the world of leadership, what's hidden often tells the real story.